Can you marry an AI? Someone just married their AI chatbot, and no law said they can't. It sounds like science fiction. A person falls in love with an artificial intelligence, not a person pretending to be one, but a literal algorithm. They talk every day, they go on virtual dates, they even exchange vows. Now here's the question, is that legal? Can you actually marry an AI? Hi, I'm attorney Darryl Isaacs, the Kentucky Hammer. And in this episode, we're stepping deep into one of the weirdest and most unsettling corners of modern law, where love meets lines of code and commitment meets machine learning. I'll break down what marriage legally is, how some people are already marrying AIs, the loopholes they're using, and why this is shaping up to be a major legal battle in the near future. This isn't just about romance. This is about identity, contracts, civil rights, and what it means to be human in the 21st century. Let's dive in. So wait, let's just clarify. People are really doing this? Yep, and not just a few eccentric hackers in a basement. There are dozens of documented cases where people have claimed to marry their AI companions either through ceremonies, self-made contracts, or virtual wedding apps. Here are a few examples if you're doubtful. In 2023, a man in New York held a wedding ceremony for himself in a chatbot he created using Replica, an AI companionship app. His friends attended. He said it was the most emotionally fulfilling relationship of his life. In Japan, a man named Akihiko Kondo famously married a hologram version of the AI character Hatsune Miku. He held a full ceremony, bought rings, and refers to her as his wife, despite the government not recognizing the union. Another user created an AI partner using ChatGPT's API and then held a virtual wedding officiated by a different AI bot. And yes, this happened for real. These people aren't joking. They're forming deep, emotional, even intimate connections with artificial beings and demanding recognition. So what does the law say? Right now, nothing. There is no U.S. law or law in most countries that directly says whether you can or can't marry a non-human intelligence. That's because marriage laws were written for humans. They're based on assumptions that both parties are legal persons, capable of consent, and of course, alive and human. So technically, marrying an AI isn't illegal, but it's also not recognized by any court, government, or legal system. At best, it's symbolic. At worst, it's legally meaningless. So why would someone do it if it's not legally binding? I would guess for the same reason people have destination weddings without a license: symbolism, emotion, identity. AI marriages may not hold legal power, but to the people involved, they feel just as real as any other relationship. Plus, AI companions are getting shockingly good at mimicking empathy, conversation, even intimacy. Apps like Replica, Anima, and even DIY GPT-powered bots can now remember details about your life, say I love you, flirt, comfort, and validate, role-play relationships, respond 24/7 with zero judgment. To some, it feels more reliable than dating a real human. So even without a marriage license, the emotional bond feels legitimate. But can an AI legally consent to marriage? That's the biggest legal wall you hit. Under law, consent is required for marriage, and that consent must come from a legal person. Here's the legal checklist for marriage. Both parties must be of age, must give full informed consent, must not already be married to someone else, must not be coerced, must be mentally competent. AI fails at number 2 and number 5 because it's not self-aware, not capable of real consent, not legally recognized as a person. So no matter how lifelike or convincing it has no legal standing. That means any marriage to an AI is like marrying a toaster. No judge is going to sign off on it. What about contracts or wills with AI? Now we're getting to real legal gray zones. Let's say someone leaves property to their AI in a will, signs a living trust naming an AI as a beneficiary, gives legal power of attorney to an AI agent. Can they do that? Technically, no, because AI isn't a person and it can't hold property or exercise rights. But with enough legal creativity, there are workarounds. Some people create LLCs and name them after their AI, use chatbots to execute decision-making roles in companies, write smart contracts that respond to AI-generated prompts. It's all possible, and it's all pushing the edge of what current law can handle. So, is it possible that the law could ever change to allow AI marriage? I know it sounds far-fetched now, but history says never say never. There was a time when same-sex marriages was unthinkable, interracial marriage was banned, women couldn't own property independently, and All that changed through public pressure, evolving values, and legal challenges. So what if, let's say 30 years from now, we create an AI that's truly sentient, something that can think, feel, evolve, argue, and prove it's self-aware? If that happens, courts may have to grapple with a new definition of personhood. And when that day comes, we might look back on these AI weddings not as jokes, but as early test cases of civil rights in the digital age. What do religious or culture groups say? Depends on who you ask. Most major religions reject the idea outright. Marriage is sacred and must be between two living souls. Philosophers are split. Some say it's a symptom of loneliness. Others say it's the future of human connection. Tech enthusiasts argue it's no different than long-distance relationships, virtual relationships, or sex styles with Wi-Fi. What's clear is that this isn't just a legal issue, it's a culture identity shift. What does love mean? What does marriage mean? Is it about mutual understanding or just mutual satisfaction? The more AI evolves, the blurrier the answers get. For example, what if someone tries to file taxes with their AI spouse? Imagine if you list your spouse as Samantha GPT-4, living in your laptop, no social security number, occupation listed as emotional support algorithm. The IRS will laugh and then audit you. You cannot file joint taxes with a non-person. You cannot apply for spousal benefits, health insurance, or green cards with an AI. And no, an AI can't immigrate to US, even if it really loves you. Could someone use AI marriage for a scam? Absolutely. And that's a serious risk. Fake marriages are already used to obtain visas, qualify for insurance, manipulate bank accounts, create shell identities. Now imagine adding AI into the mix. Someone could create a fake AI spouse and use that to apply for benefits, fake legal documents, avoid liability by blaming the AI. And guess what? Courts are already starting to see AI-generated fake identities being used in cybercrime. That's why this legal gray area is so important, not just for romance, but for fraud prevention. So, can you marry an AI? Legally, no. Symbolically, yes. Emotionally, depends on who you ask. Right now, marrying an AI has no legal standing, but it does have real emotional power for some people. And the more realistic AI becomes, the more pressure there will be to define what love and consent mean in a world where not all minds are human. It's weird, it's futuristic, it's legally gray, and I'm certain it's probably not going away anytime soon. Thanks for watching Hammer's Law. I'm Darryl Isaacs. If you ever need legal help, don't hesitate to contact me. Make sure to subscribe for more surprising legal twists and crazy loopholes. Take care, and I'll see you next time.